A lot of teams taking heavy punishment. The only team currently with 4 is 628. Over on that northwest side, who have been sweeping.
Titan are going to be looking to try and move on in, but against Yudu's Alliance's position, it's going to be very, very tricky to make that move. They're more than likely going to have to crash onto that S2G shack in the very near future. A 628 move up towards Revo, who is still alive, and with 3 eliminations, if he can rack up a couple of more placement points, Alpha 7 are going to be happier with this performance than maybe it would have seemed towards the start of this match when they were down on their players, when they lost quite a few. Stalwart, in the meantime, getting their heads bowed down by Cluck, who's going to sit top. And now Nurz at the last to stand, but there's an answer there coming through from 628, who still have that high ground position.
Yeah, Stalwart right now just keeping their head out of the action. Top steps up to see if he can go for a challenge, but there's so many teams in and around this area. Action's going to go for it again as well. Nurz taking bullets. It's not likely that 628's moving anytime soon. The vehicle explodes. At least gives them some cover to work with, but it is S2G towards that central arena.
Oh, Hamzy finds 2 over onto 628. Both of them go down as well. They tried to descend blank. They tried to get across the road, and they're denied. 5 eliminations, and a nade is going to follow it up, but in comes the remnants of 628. Kelsey's down, and Hamzy is going to be on the deck. He's not going for this res just yet. A Molotov on in. The smoke's out forwards to slow things down, but 33Z is already here. Hamzy's going low. He jumps out wide, and he's on fire now. Will be burnt to a crisp as 628 rack up 10 eliminations.
Massive game from 628. Same again for Loops here, down to 7 teams remaining. Titans on that north side. Yudu Alliance. OP dip.
Alpha 7, certainly not the fan favourites, but they're still the top of the tables. Their countrymen put them down. Loops take him out of the running, but the top of the table's barren of players right now. Only 2 on Stalwart really in contest. 4MV are even further behind. Still only 2 on that southeast side. Yudu Alliance in their dip. They're sitting pretty.
Stalwart right now just looking for anything that they can get off the back of this one. All they can do here is hope and pray that they get a higher placing. But most of these teams not likely to come into contact with one another until later in this game. Stalwart desperately need themselves an Eastern shift on the circle, a hard one as well, but not likely. Never mind, there it is.
All right.
It's exactly what they needed.
There was so little chance of that happening, you're right, Blank, but here we are in that very universe. A massive shift for them and a devastating shift for Loops. Ayala does have the MG3 though, and that ghillie suit keeps him nice and secure for a time being, but they're going to have to cross, they're going to have to get past 33Z, and they're going to have to get past Yudu Alliance, who is really the major factor of this circle. They only have 3 players though, so still potential for things to change up here.
I think for Loops, pushing down this way will be a little bit of a struggle. 6-8 down to 1 player, but lovely amount of limbs here, up to 10 now. Ayala spots over towards Titans and 4MV, and now have to make a rotate of a lifetime.
Mythic leading the charge for Loops to wrap around. Yudu Alliance looking to hold it off, but you've still got 4MV there, and the sideline Peppers at the forward front hold is going to find Mythic. Get the flush, the steal from top, you're right, for Stalwart across the way. And Yudu Alliance are looking out that way saying, who did that? Who's the cheeky so-and-so who's gone for that shot over the top? It is
That's
top.
Nice.
Shadow takes down 628.
This is realistically exactly what I was talking about. The hard Eastern shift allows Stalwart not only to maybe steal away some eliminations, but also to pick up some more of these placement points. A 3rd place for Stalwart right now would be very beneficial towards their rankings. They're still currently behind IHC.
Yet to add those placements on though, against IHC's total. So I think as it stands, they might just be able to jump on up a little bit higher. 15 points total behind Alpha 7, so any more placement points they can get, you're right. Very, very beneficial in that pursuit. And Loop spots top